G'day world, Macaroon coming to you live from Hong Kong at Rise Conference 2018, and we're here thanks to Start Me Up Hong Kong and Invest HK. And how are you today, Wen?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, doing really well. It's the fourth day of Rise.
Yeah, gosh, it's been that long. It's
Yeah.
every day coming here, just learning stuff, absorbing, understanding what other people are doing, finding out new technologies. It's been great.
Yeah. So tell us about what you do. What's Sushi Vid?
Sushi Vid helps brands to find, hire, and work with social media influencers at scale. So we're currently available for Malaysian, Indonesian, Philippines, and Singaporean influencers. And the brands that we work with span from all the way from the US to Korea, China, and all around the world.
Great. So how, if you were, let's say I'm an influencer with 50,000 followers, how would I work with you?
Basically, you just have to sign up to our portal. It's just like a job portal. Like I don't know what you guys use in Australia, but probably like Monster, where people load their jobs on their website, and then other people can just apply for the job. So it's the same thing. Brands will actually put up their jobs on the portal, and then influencers could just go in and say like, oh yeah, I'll do this for $200, or I'll do that for $5,000.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a job portal.
So yeah, marketplace almost.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of stuff inbuilt as well, like a content management software. We have analytics, and also soon we'll have like search engine where you can actually just search like vegan influencer from Singapore, and somebody will come up.
Okay. And is this linked through to like, so if I was to log in and let's say my only source of influence is through Instagram, does that mean I log in through Instagram and the
Yes.
brands can see what my...
Absolutely.
So how do you point out what are fake and what's real engagement?
Okay, so we actually tracked our influences through time. So if you see sudden surges out of nowhere where your content wasn't that great, I mean, we are all humans also. If I look at the content and it's like, yeah, I didn't see anything that was going to make it spike, or there was an awful lot of comments on it, or nobody else picked it up, then that looks kind of fake.
Yeah.
But if over time it's consistently increasing, then it looks like, okay, she's growing or he's growing organically. Yeah, that's how we spot the fake ones.
Okay, great. And so tell us a little bit about your journey before Sushi Vid.
So, oh my gosh, I started as an investment banker, and then I became an actress at about 5 years ago. And then after that, I just went into different startups. And when it came down to doing my own startup, I figured that I really wanted to impact one industry I care the most about, which is creators, because actors and creators are sort of the same thing, in my opinion, except creators just have a platform such as YouTube or Instagram where they can showcase themselves. So back when I was an actress, it was horrible because I had to go for casting all around different parts of town, and I would doll up and go and stand for a chance to look in front of the camera and say 4 expressions and one liner, and you most likely you don't get a job. But now what I've done is I've allowed influencers to just be at the comfort of their own homes, just text away like, oh, okay, I'll do this, I'll attend your event, or I'll go to your shop and I'll take photos and I'll do a vlog. It's so much more easy, and people can just look at your profile based on your past posts instead of having to go different places to go for casting.
Yeah. So what were some of the roadblocks and struggles you faced going through your sort of acting journey, and how has that inspired you to pursue Sushi Vid?
I think the major roadblock is that there was not a lot of communication between the actors as well as the production houses. There wasn't really a database of where I could I'm looking for actors, or I'm an aspiring actor and I'm trying to go out there. There really isn't a platform where I could just go and try to find something. I'm always just waiting for my phone to ring. Yeah. I'm always just like, oh, hopefully some producer calls me, or hopefully some production house calls me, because I don't know where else to go to get my chance. Yeah, so that was the struggle for me, and it took 2 years of just, not knowing if I have a job or money next month, and that's how this started, because I really want to, because creativity is dying in my country. Yeah. 20, 30 years ago, we had really good music. We had technology wasn't great, but we had really good music, really good actors. We have really good talent. And then over the years, I guess everything, regulations, politics, everything just pulled down the country, and creative industry just doesn't, isn't attractive anymore.
Yeah.
No Asian mom will tell you like you should be an actor when you grow up.
Yeah.
It's not something we do, naturally.
Yeah.
So it has somebody has to grow it, the ecosystem, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, that's really good. And so, what are some of the roadblocks you're trying to solve in Malaysia, like you mentioned, with Sushi Vid specifically? Like,
okay, so I think
any future roadmaps that you're into, like you giving back to the community, or you?
I think the whole business is giving back to the community. We're grooming hungry young creators. We're really trying to push them out there. We try to help them with their content. We try to introduce them to brands, even though, like, for example, a brand doesn't even know me and they talk to me like, oh, what about some influencers? Who do you have in mind? Like, I will talk about the ones that are really hungry, and I think that's the impact. And also, brands and influencers, they go through something called the agency, and the agency kind of just, they say whatever they want. So if you tell me directly that you're charging $1,000, but if I had gone to an agency, they'd be like, oh, he has 50,000 followers and I'm going to charge $50,000. And the brand being the brand, and like run by executives who don't care that much about, the money, they'll be like, oh, okay, 50,000 is great. But in actual fact, the influencer doesn't get the 49,000. Neither does the brand get $49,000 savings.
Yeah.
The agency made $49,000.
Okay.
So that's an extreme case, extreme case. But I'm trying to create transparency in the space.
Okay.
I'm trying to democratize influencer marketing.
Yeah.
And that's the major roadblock that I'm trying to solve.
Yeah. Well, that's fascinating, because I thought agencies were there to help, and to make you more of the money. Because as an influencer, you're probably more, conscious about charging too much.
Correct.
And you don't want to be that one. You want to get the job, but you don't want to be too expensive.
But you don't want to be too cheap either.
Yeah,
so
cheap.
Sometimes a lot of influencers don't know how to price themselves, and they count on their managers. And you're right. You're absolutely correct about agencies supposed to help influencers. They don't. I was signed to a agency before. I was a contracted performing artist, and my manager, having managed 20 other girls, right, doesn't have my best interest at heart, and he didn't really focus on me, and this is my future. I'm putting 2 years of my life at halt in your hands, and you're not putting me as your best interest, like, and you have 20 other girls. So it's like, for him it's like hedging, like, oh, I'll take another girl just in case.
Yeah.
Right? But for me it's like, dude, that's my whole future.
Yeah.
And he takes like a 25 or 40% from me for every job that I earn myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I putting my life in somebody who doesn't really care about me? Why am I putting my life in his hands? Yeah. So agencies, I feel there's kind of like a love-hate relationship. You either find a really, really, really good manager, or you find one who's just trying, and he doesn't know either.
Yeah.
Because nobody actually has the data of the market.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're aggregating the data on our platform so that if ever anybody goes and look for influencers, they'll be like, oh, okay, I need to check the price. Let's go to Sushi Vid and check it out. Like, what's the average price?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're building those credible data so you can make that transparency clear. Correct. Between influencers and brands.
Yeah.
And hopefully they both get paid in a fair way.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh, you picked it up really fast.
Yeah.
You're good.
Thank you.
It's like I was blurting out everything, and everything just went in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm sort of, in that space in a way. Like, I've tried to do the whole Instagram influencer thing. Mm-hmm. But I can see how hard it is for influencers, and you got to put yourself out there, and
And you don't want to be chasing for money either, because you're sort of like a creator, and you're like,
do what you love, right?
Yeah, can I? Am I getting paid yet? Am I getting my money yet? Or like, it's so awkward to call and ask for money, and that's why what we do also. It's like we have an account of everything that you've done, and who hasn't paid you, because they're paying 100 of my influencers at the same time, I'll be chasing them for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's also the other component.
So you're almost essentially a manager for those influencers.
Yeah, like
in a way.
Concierge service.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So how long have you been about?
So we've been around for 2.5 years, and yeah, it's been a really exciting journey. I love startup life. I wouldn't do it any other way. I tried working in a bank. I was an actress, and I worked in 3 different startups, and I feel like this is me. I have found my journey. Sort of.
Right.
Like I wouldn't change it for anything else. Maybe different industry or maybe different business eventually, but I feel like being a startup founder is me. This is me.
Yeah.
And I feel very successful today because I'm happy every day. Yeah.
So let's talk about better lifestyle then. Why? What do you do to sort of balance the startup world with your personal sort of free time and stuff? Because lifestyle is very important as an entrepreneur.
I don't really have a outside life sort of. Actually I do.
Yeah.
The thing is, it doesn't feel like work because I don't feel like I need to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I really like where I am. So, for example, over the weekends, usually I'll sleep in on Saturdays, and then when I get up, I'll do my groceries because that's what I need to do, and my laundry, and then I will just go to the gym or something else around the lines of like going swimming with my friends or anything. And then on Sundays, after I wake up, it's pretty much I just grab a book, and I will just be reading the whole day. And until dinner time, I will just I'll just plan what my team's gonna do for the next week. Like what are we doing next week?
Yeah.
So I feel like I still have me time.
Yeah.
I still have me time to do what I want, which is
important.
kind of work, but I like it. So aside from the laundry and groceries and a little bit of gym that's like kind of compulsory for a healthy life.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of like work and fun at the same time.
Because it doesn't feel like working.
It doesn't. It has to be like that. You have to feel like, you're not dreading your feet to work. Because it really felt like that when I was working in a bank. It really felt like, oh my gosh, I have to go to work, there's traffic and everything. But now I don't feel that anymore. I feel like every morning I wake up, I'm like, yes, let's go win this shit.
Yeah. Right. Positive vibes and that passion, right? You can hear it in your voice. Awesome.
It took a really long time. I mean, I went through 6-7 years of not knowing who I am and what is my destiny.
Yeah.
So it was, and I was always searching for it because I was like, I cannot just graduate and come out and this is me, this is life.
Yeah.
Really, is this what God? Is this what you put? Like, is this it? Like, because it felt like when I was working in the bank, it felt like if I was sitting here for another 8 years, I'll be sitting right there where he is, and that, I couldn't take that from my life. I was like, no, I didn't like it.
So what advice would you give to someone out there who is in sort of that situation you're in and has a passion that they want to pursue, and they just need a little bit of sort of direction? What direction would you give?
I just say take the leap. Really, just take the leap. There is no other. There's no other way to know except to try.
Yeah.
And even if you just, if you took a chance and you lost a year of your life, it's a year. It's a year of finding who you are. I think that's so worth it.
Yeah.
So super worth it. If at all it feels like I'm still hesitant and like I've got bills to pay. I mean, you got to give something up. Give that car up or whatever that thing's holding you back, because I mean, if you look consistently, every athlete has to go through shit. Every actor has to go through shit, because it's like there will be 100 of us trying and then one will make it, and the one that makes it, it's like it's just hard work. It's just hard work and sacrifices that needs to be made. Athletes are the same. I think 2 days ago Meta was talking about only 400 slots available for NBA, and like hundreds and hundreds of kids practice every day on, at the court. So it's like that. The ones who persevere, the ones who sacrifice makes it, and you just gotta sacrifice.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us, Yuhwen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Make sure you guys
I had
keep.
fun.
Yeah.
I love the hair.
Thank you. Guess where the hair originates from? Because everyone keeps saying it's not real, but it is. It's all natural.
Originate from?
Yeah. So like, what country? What background?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Bolivia?
No. Mauritius. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a bit of island blood in me.
That's why. the name.
Beach City, yeah, got a bit of beach in me.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks, Start Me Up Hong Kong and Invest HK. We'll be back for more, coming to you live from Rise Hong Kong 2018.
Bye.
See ya.